Since when was there just a random behemoth hanging out here? Like, it's not a big deal or anything. It's just... I did not know that behemoths just randomly appeared out in the world. Why did I do that? Why did you just cure yourself? Is that your whole automated thing? Is that you just... Oh, yeah. Antidote. No, we're just gonna torch them. Because fire will just burn these guys to ash. I thought it would. Black Flans don't like fire. I think the funniest thing is that we are still continuing the tradition of... you don't see it this much, but we did see it earlier, which is move. Not move, but move. Of fire enemies are vulnerable to fire damage. Ice enemies are vulnerable to fire damage. Lightning enemies are vulnerable to... Hell if I've been able to figure that one out. I don't know what amnesia actually is. Have we ever been afflicted with amnesia? Now, just in case, we're loading up on a few of these. Want to have at least 10 of everything that treats status effects. Have 50 of those. Three. I don't have any elixirs, but those are not as crucial. Now back to the boat. We've got bugs. No, sir. Peninsula P crawls. Bugs in the Klendathu forest. Would you like to know more? So now we take the stupid crystal rod thing that we just got. That, keep in mind, was sealed behind an ancient ruin. Behind a puzzle that involved 2 masks. The only ones of which we had. And we're going to take those to go to unlock the tower where the Ultima Tome is. And also meet up with Minwu there. How did Minwu get in there without the masks and the crystal rod and all the other things? I don't have the slightest clue. They never explained it. Did he just teleport in there? Did he already know how to get in? I mean, according to this, it's been sealed, and noticeably, we have to unseal it from its ancient magical lock put there to keep the ancient evils from possibly interfering with the most dangerous magic spell ever created. And Minwu was just already inside. I have no idea. It makes no sense to me. Someone make sense, please. All right, but first we have to hang out with Oh, this is neat for the Pixel remaster. They kind of went 3D with it. Or Mode 7, or whatever that thing on the Super Nintendo was. The Super FX chip. Layla's missing. Layla's dead, man. I hate to break it to you. I hate to be the bearer of the bad news. Layla was unconscious. We never resurrected her. And now she's gone. I don't think she made it. Right, Boltfish. Boltfish are absorb lightning for some reason. Because, you know, fish routinely like electricity. So what's the twist headband? Guards against mental status ailments like sleep. I mean, it's going to uptick her, drop her magical defense by 5%. It's going to increase her magical interference. Interference. It says interference, right? I know I'm tired. I know that it's late. I know that we've been going for almost 7 hours. But that says interference, right? This game's gonna break me. They just cast Tsunami? Wait, did we even get a turn yet? Oh, was this an ambush? How did we get ambushed by fish in this place? Ew. New arrivals, who are you? I'm Batman. Ask. I've been to Nasidia. It's a town full of mages. What about wyverns? I am a dragoon. Key items. Wait, pendant. Nothing? Really? But it's one of your things. I like how showing him the pendant of a dragoon that he uses to communicate with his wyvern is not, he has no reaction to, but showing him the crystal rods, he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, everyone here was swallowed whole. They weren't just swallowed whole. All their stuff was swallowed whole too. They've built a little town in Leviathan's stomach. How weird is that? They build a stuff. They built a town. They built it right in its stomach. How weird is that? Wait, what? Here, it looks like any it swallows anyone up who has a crystal rod. See, I've got a crystal rod right here. How? Why do I get the feeling that we went through a very unnecessary ordeal to get a crystal rod? Compared to everybody else in this place who just apparently bought one at the corner store. Well, we have a new friend to die. Let's see how long it takes for him to live. How long he'll live. Well, he'd survive about 5 attacks from the Boltfish. Do you feel inadequate yet, Rickard? You can't even finish off the Red Soul. Rickard, you... Well, I'll say this much. You're lasting longer than Gordon. How's that? The Gaia Blade. Effective against grounded enemies. I don't know what that means. So wait, that sash is actually less defense than... Okay. I mean, Mohawk's kind of the meaty tank buster of the whole group, so... Worm! Here it is, a round worm. We call it Shai-Hulud. It's not quite as impressive as I was expecting. So let's see, do you think fire? Does it not like fire? Fire is 500 damage. There goes Rickard. Or do we think thunder? Do we think thunder is going to be the magic number here? It is in the stomach. It is aquatic somewhat. Right, so not too different. Didn't have that much health. Maybe it was a baby Shai-Hulud. Escape by ship. Sure. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, we have to unseal it. See? We unseal it using magic. And we know the Leviathan would swallow up anyone with a crystal rod. So not only does that mean Minwu probably didn't have a crystal rod, because he never got swallowed up by the Leviathan, but somehow he also got past the ancient seal that's never been broken. I ask you again, people. Please make it make sense. Werewolves? I just don't remember if... a staff, like, the thing that we can get from the general store? The white robe. I bet that's going to be good for you. Heck yeah. Really interesting. Daggers are apparently good for magic interference. They're back. I was hoping we'd be done with these guys. But we'll probably still have to deal with them like halfway through the tower. Now I'm wondering what the heck is even vulnerable to. Holy damage. I remember this dungeon being very tall. Especially like compared. Oh, what? When did someone get in? Next floor? Next floor has lava. Like, imps should take extra damage from Holy, right? I'm dying to know now. What is vulnerable to Holy damage? People have whole threads. So many people talking about the fact that insane amount of just theory crafting about how the heck spells work in this freaking bajillion-year-old game. Oh, of course, it's a big hallway full of lava. Of course it's going to be the furthest door. That's so obvious. I never feel like I see their stats go up at all. Like, I'm pretty sure they have? And it's always Gizmo. Malboro Terra? Go through the door. Dang it. Hello, Mr. Wizard. I have to defeat you? I do believe, as I stated before, fire should beat fire. No? He absorbed fire. What madness is this? Blizzard. Oh, dang. Blizzard good. So, do we think this is the ice section? Well, it just gave me an ice shield, so probably? Oh, interesting. I always like Vampire Girl's sprite. She's kind of adorably weird. Because it looks like she's kind of sticking her tongue out. She's like, blah. The devil's bloom, man. Is that another word like someone's actually used for illicit substances? And yet, for some reason, the killer mantises are still here. Why? I don't know. Why? Oh, I don't know. Felt like doing some redecorating. Maybe a throw pillow, a TV news reporter. You know, make the place feel a little bit more like home. Ice gloves. Kind of weird that there's bombs in the ice area. Like, imps I can see just, you know, whatever, whenever, that sort of thing, but... it's so weird that they keep giving you different elemental type armors and things, because I don't know why you would use it. One, each floor section doesn't have like very many elementally themed enemies at all. Like, we've fought ice enemies on the way to the snow cave, in the snow cave, but here we haven't run into anything like that. So why would I ever use the ice armor and things like that? For the one boss that I fight at the end before I go to the next elemental area? I'm just getting smacked here, dude. It's always Gizmo! All right, I need to do something really quick here. Oh, can I not change the order? I can just move them to the front and back? I can't... I wanted to move Gizmo down and Mohawk up to see if they would still attack. Gizmo. I like how I've struggled to call Guy Mohawk and call Maria Peanut Butter, but for some reason I have no issue just reassigning Firion to Gizmo in my head. Hi. So we just one-shot that boss. Yeah, if I do these one at a time, they can't do nothing to me. It's pretty much every single time we've tried to attack any of these guys, they all instantly die in one hit. So if we don't, like, do AoE damage that does a reduced amount of damage to them. And that is why we stocked up on the gold needles. Darn preemptive strikes. Yeah, why am I not surprised that didn't do any damage? There we go. Yep, fine. We'll go... Stop petrifying my dudes. A wizard's staff. Just trying to see if there's any, like, gloves or anything that increase. No, leather gloves are pretty much the only ones that do anything. It's like, they still give +4 extra, and they're not really worth it then. Still have some ethers. Just trying to keep the magic user supplied with. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. It's gotta be programmed to go after whoever's in slot number 1, right? So do you think there's going to be like lightning floors on the next one, or? I think. There we go. We handled that pretty well, and we got Scourge leveled up. Uh-huh. Yeah. We say pit traps? Feel like pit traps. No, you scourged me. Just burn you guys to the ground. Be done with it. Get the heck out of here. Uh-huh. That's a dead end room. I think fire will work pretty good on the vampire girls. Yeah, pretty good apparently. Alright, so that wasn't the door up. Guess we could try that one there. I'm guessing it's either going to be this one or the one that's directly north of it. Not this one. These guys have got to have like barely above 280-ish. Hermes shoes. And a unicorn horn. 'Cause always I wanna be with you. Make believe with you. Does anyone even remember that song? Or the game that went along with it? Like on Adult Swim? Played as a unicorn and you just jumped from platform to platform. It's like a Flash game. No. You're kidding me. So it's that one? I feel so betrayed. Like, everything told me that was not that one. Well, this fight was just a who's who and pain in my butts. Yes, I must defeat you, oh... I guess Storm Gigas? Guessing? Alright, so let's play what works on Storm Gigas. I mean, Blizzard worked on fire, fire worked on ice. I don't think thunder would work on thunder, but sure, we'll try it. Worst comes to worst, we heal him for the 76 damage we just did. That's it. Holy moly! Guy hits hard. How about Scourge? Does Scourge work on him? Apparently Scourge is what works on Lightning. Boulders, rank 9. So I guess poison would be an earth elemental, and earth is the opposite of air, so... I guess that's the logic there? I mean, if you look at Dungeons & Dragons, at least, they usually use poison as a shorthand for the earth elemental attacks. That or just bludgeoning. Wow. Great. Will Guy end up taking himself out at this rate? Monsters? What? This better have been something good. Flare tone. Okay. Kind of good with that. This group, however, I'm not messing around with. Right door? Wrong door. Yeah, I know. Flare's not doing a lot on this one, but it'll grow. You just gotta let it grow. Like that song said. The one from the Lorax? Or Hair? One of those two. Door? No. Oh wait, no, that was the right door. I just saw the stairway. It just looks like all the other ones, but it has a staircase at the end of it. Tricky door. So now there's another door puzzle? Just had a door puzzle. Please, no more door puzzles? Please, no more door puzzles. I know it's irrelevant. There's always going to be door puzzles. It's the only thing this game has going for it is the stupid door puzzles. Yes, I know Flare leveled up. There's another chest down here. That one contains a cross. Are you all going to try and gaze? Let's see here. Whoa! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I find it just severely messed up that frickin' out of everything taking damage does not break Confuse. Gonna have to Phoenix down Mohawk now. All right, we're at rank 5. Let's try what a multi-target flare does. Not a ton. That's okay. Jeez, what is it with the drain hits that just sucks the... That's new. I mean, I'm assuming we're supposed to use fire on it. Yeah, that's a bit better. Little bit better. And that gave us the black robe. What does the black robe do? Enhances intellect and resistant to elemental attacks. I suppose that's the question, is what's her intellect? Intellect is kind of low. Not entirely sure how you gain intellect in this. One of these days, I'll get it right on the first try. I think I got it right on the first try earlier at some point. But... always with the confused. I'm almost certain that Confuse is going to end up, like, wiping the party in one of these fights. Well, he just killed himself. Phoenix down, Mohawk? Now, here's the downside. I only have potions left, and that's only going to get him to just outside of red area. What I can do is use... yeah. Her cure abilities are actually really good. Well, this looks like a boss room, don't it? Minwu, you're the boss? I still don't know how you got here. Make it make sense. Why is Minwu here? How did Minwu get here? Everything else in the game tells us that there is no way that Minwu could have gotten this far. Yoda, out! Well, how many dead people is that now? Power of burning flame. Oh, it's increasing our stats. Well, it still says there's... I'm trying to remember if it's a whole thing where it's like... Okay, how much intellect did it grant us? Like 10. Not terrible. And give you the ultimate magic. The Netflix password! Cottage, please. All right, goody. Now we've gotten... pretty much everything done? I think this puts us in the third act of the game after we go and turn this back in, but... Right, we have to go to Finn now instead of Altair, which is mysteriously destroyed. Like, have you noticed that? It's like completely ruined. You can't even go into it. In fact, several towns, if you're looking at them, the map, appear now to be destroyed. Hoft is gone. Paloom is gone. Altair is gone. Well, this is a slight step up from the goblins that we're used to finding in this area. So if I had to guess, black magic increases intellect. White magic increases spirit. when you use them in combat, or have a chance to. Now, it's not a guaranteed thing. It's just... What's up? Cyclone! Tell me about the Cyclone. The Emperor himself is controlling the Cyclone. Apparently, he is the Wicked Witch. Long ago, we summoned wyverns by reflecting the light of the pendant off the... Man, do I wish I had known about that option. To think of that, asking that when first time I played this. We spent, I don't even know how long, wandering around trying to figure out what we needed to do next to get the wyverns. But before we do that, there's one thing we need to do. Because there's an easily missable yet crucial treasure to get. We go to Fynn, the town of Fynn. We have to go over here to Paul's house. This only can be done after you learn the Cyclone keyword, but before you get the wyvern. If you summon the wyvern, this becomes inaccessible. He offers you his stash hidden in his bedroom if you tell him you're going into the Cyclone. And this has some of the best gear in the frickin' game, including the Blood Sword. What is the Blood Sword? Well, the Blood Sword is not a very strong weapon, but it heals you for every time it hits. Not to mention, on the final boss of the game, it is super powerful. This is the... Nope, don't want to give her any of those. Don't want to give her any of those. There is the Ruby Cross. Cuirass? I admit, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Cuirass. Which is not nearly as good as what we've already got, so... You can have Ice Brand and Ripper. And the Power Armlet. And a gold hairpin. And I guess you can have a white robe because it technically is pretty good increase of most of your stats, honestly. I don't know why. bit by bit, we have now gotten more or less everything we need. Well, not quite. We also need to sleep and restock on some of our supplies. Supply shop! Supplies! I'm just gonna max this stuff out. Why not? I can afford it. Not gonna max these out. I am going to buy another like 15 of them though. Now we have 25 of each. A few more cottages here. How many ethers? We can actually get 99 ethers and still have plenty left. My God. And we have enough to afford 4 elixirs. Bringing us to 5 elixirs, which is probably the most of the elixirs we've ever had in this game. I don't know if we'll be able to use them, but it's good to have them just in case, considering how many times we've ended up getting tapped out on MP or, you know, a Mohawk beating himself to death. Key item. Pendant. I summon forth thee. Dragon. Oh, it hasn't hatched yet. Shoot. We'll come back later. Oh. So it's good to go as soon as it hatches? So it's like a deer or something, right? It's as big as the castle. How did it get in? So they're like, I suppose they said they communicated with wyverns before using this room and shining the pendants. So maybe there's like an opening in the ceiling. Aw, that's so touching. If only we knew that Rickard wasn't going to die. Because he's the 4th member. They all die. And the only ones that live are like Gordon? What? Get back here! You're supposed to take me with you. Also, Rickard's still dead. He's just... Maybe that's why he ditched us. Oh, now you came back for me. Whoa. Tornado got big. First I became to itch, and the wyvern did twitch. Now, if I remember, this is another one with two paths starting off here, and you have to kind of go through one and then back to the other, and oh yeah, it's the wood golems. The goal here is to just blow everything up. When in doubt, just go to the furthest one. It's almost usually the right one. On situations like this, like I know, like there's always the multi-door puzzles. Also, how do the Gigases get around in here? Do you think they actually build the place big enough for them to move around? And here's more of those Lamias that we ran into, like that were hiding as Hilda. So that's a nice callback. I am so curious what that. Okay, real quick. Not that. A knife with a razor sharp edge that attacks multiple. Okay, that's why it keeps doing that like second wave of damage. Wait, what? So did the other door lead to there, or? I am so confused. I thought I had a good idea of how this place was laid out. I don't know. There was two stairs. I almost called them ladders. Stairs are kind of like ladders. They're kind of just bigger, more solid ladders when you really think about it. When you really think about it, stairs are really just sidewalks with spinal conditions. Okay, and that one has like 4 doors that go into different places, and I don't know what that means at all. I think it means that either we got this right or we got this really wrong. Monsters, of course. Wow, single round. And that contains the wind flute. What is the wind flute? I don't know. What is a wind flute? Do we see it anywhere on the list? Is it a spear? Because you think it would have been an item or something would have been in here with these. I don't know, maybe sort? There it is, wind flute. A flute that summons a cyclone. I'm in a cyclone. I don't need one. Nope, we're at the Emperor. But of course, he's the Emperor. He's not going to attack us directly. That'd be ridiculous. No. Instead, he's going to... send all of his little minions at us. Then we take another step. More minions. And Flare leveled up. Don't worry, Emperor, you might get slighted in your own game here, but don't worry. In the end, you become much more popular in Dissidia, as I understand it. Oh, he just elixired himself. Oh, that punk. Okay, I officially take back all the nice things I said about him. So, do you think they're still gonna fight me now that I've already killed the Emperor? Like, at this point, what are they doing? What are they hoping to accomplish? We already killed them. We already killed the guy we came for. Huzzah! The Emperor has been defeated. Now peace reigns throughout the galaxy. But what is this? The shadow of the First Order has risen. You think I'm joking? I mean, I will say this. Kudos on them for the fake out ending here. Like, they go the whole 9 yard. Like, let's celebrate. We wouldn't want to disappoint all the people who died, like, trying to get us to this point of peace. The only thing they could have made this better is if they already started, like, a text crawl with, like, the epilogue. Because, yeah, I don't know if you've kind of put it together. No, this is not the actual ending. The Dark Knight, Cheebs, has declared himself emperor. What? Cheebs, the character we haven't seen from the beginning of the game, is actually the Dark Knight? The Dark Knight who wore a mask over his face and spoke in like a dark, evil way, turned out to be a relative of one of the main characters of the rebellion. And then he reorganized the entire empire under him. And apparently killed that guy? I don't know how. Like how Gordon is the one's like, Jeebs. Like, out of all the people to react to Gordon, to Cheebs being alive, did you even ever know him? He was our friend, and Maria, or Peanut Butter's brother. So why is it he the one that... Learn Palamecia. Ask about Palamecia. Okay, it can't be approached on foot. Paul has broken into Palamecia. Gotcha. Oh wait, Paul's in his house. He's hanging out with Ringo. The Dark Knight has to go and louse things up again. Yep. Oh, hey. Sid. What are you doing? I'm gonna lend you my airship, and then he dies. That means we can't return it. Do you know how much overdue rent we're gonna have to deal with? Okay, is there anything else that we can ask? Nope. Good news is we got an airship. Way over there. And up there. Oh. You're showing us where the airship is. First I was sitting there going, well, how the heck are we supposed to get over there? And then I remember that we actually still have the boat. Like, oh, that's a... Right. I mean, it's just parked over there in the ruins of Poft. Or Bloom, or whichever one. It's a good thing we totally know how to fly this thing, too, right? Right? From the one time we were in it? There is a little scene I wanted to do here. You can actually bring Rickard back to Castle Deist and meet with these people. Alina, where are Philip and the others? Have they all been killed? You and Kane look over Deist for me until then. Are you really a dragoon? I am. The last dragoon. Your father was a good friend. I plan to get revenge enough for him and everybody else. Once the Emperor's dead, I'll be back. The Emperor is already dead. And once I am, I'll raise you. I'll raise you to be a fine dragoon. We'll call you Robin. So yeah, the little Easter egg there is that his name's Kane. And Rickard, I don't know if they ever say in this game, but his full name, if you look it up, is Rickard Highwind. Meaning Kane Highwind is the little kid. Because he says he's going to raise him. And guess who shows up in Final Fantasy IV? The Amoeba. Or the Imoba? I always pronounce it an Amoeba because, you know, like amoeba. But I. Oh no! We accidentally watched on the very apparent trap. What is the point of this room? Yeah, I know. You wanted me to wear... Nope, we want the blood sword because it's useful. Sure, we'll wear the Ripper in the offhand. How's that? That'll be our compromise. Yeah, none of those. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering if we can only really level... If spells level faster if you are single targeting. So let's try that for a bit. Let's try just single targeting with Flare. Although I haven't gotten a single spell to go above rank 9 yet. Still seems pretty good about killing things, though. Okay, so from here... There's multiple doors, again. So is this the right one? This just takes me to a chest. Whatever. Yeah, that's the one thing you have to watch out with a blood sword is that undead enemies can do the opposite. You heal them and you take damage. An hourglass. You know, in case you want to keep track of the time you spend in this place, I guess, because it's... Hey, what is this chest down here? Generals? But is he here with or without his privates? Some garlic. Alright, so... Okay, this one's straightforward enough. There's only one place we can go with this. Always with the amoebas. A buckler. Now the game is just mocking me with the chests. It's like, yes, there's only 3 dungeons left in the game, you know, so here's some starter equipment for you. And it's not even being used in like an interesting storytelling kind of way like it was in the first Final Fantasy game. That was kind of awesome. I kind of loved that. This is just kind of feels like trolling you. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I remember finding out about the Blood Sword, is that it will never deal more damage than the enemy has health left of. So if you see it like deal a really low number, despite the fact that it usually does a really decent high number, it's probably because you've already like guaranteed killed the enemy with the attack. Yeah, so that one did like 500 something damage to it and healed me for it with the Blood Sword. Probably means that the enemy had about 500 health. More fun facts. We got a rune axe. We're getting better equipment from enemy drops than we are from the chests. Blair finally has reached level 10. I even want to know how many times I had to cast it to get that. Blair was our very first level rank 10 spell. Dear God, do you know how long we would have to be here if we ended up unlocking the true Ultima thing? Yeah, I'm assuming it's not going to be the close one. I actually am working on the Switch version to get the true Ultima on my playthrough on that, and it's a grind. I'm not gonna lie, it is nightmarish what you have to do to actually properly use the ultimate magic. Which, I mean, I guess is kind of the big thing, but isn't that the whole point of the trial? Like, going through the whole tower is to get to... Like, I originally said, like, when you learn Ultima, it should already... That spell, at least, should start at level 16. Especially since it, you know, even at it being rank 16 and... Well, here, let me show you. My website. I did a write-up quite a while ago called Why Did Ultima Suck So Much in Final Fantasy II? I broke down the entire rundown of all the different spell formulas and things like that. So, and then, but here's the thing I wanted to show you. If you had rank 1 everything, all your weapons were rank 1, all of your spells were rank 1, and you had rank 1 Ultima, it would do 100 damage. If you have rank 16 everything, all weapons, shields, all spells except Ultima, rank 1 Ultima, everything else 16, Ultima would deal about 584 damage. If Ultima was rank 16 and everything else was level 1, then it would deal about 116 damage. There's not a big difference between rank Ultima 16 and Ultima rank 1, is what I'm saying. However, as your ranks grow for everything else, if you have everything, this is the true Ultima, rank 16 all weapons, rank 16 shields, rank 16 11 other spells, and then rank 16 Ultima would be dealing about 9,000 damage comparatively. So that is the math on Ultima. And that is why I don't think, even if Ultima started at rank 16, it would be that, because if you don't do the rest of the work, it doesn't scale. Like, to give you an idea, when I did it in... I broke down it right here. I had about... Yeah, I had only Firion in my playthrough originally. Firion only knew how to use swords. Had 16 ranks in swords, though. He only knew 9 out of his 16 spells. Ultima was rank 7. Most of the other spells were 8 through 10. Plug that in. You'd still be getting sub 1,000 damage on Ultima, even if you did with that. So what I'm saying is, even if Ultima was rank 16, you wouldn't really be getting any benefit out of it unless you had heavily grinded everything else. And like I make note of here, as soon as you drop down to one thing not being at rank 16, you lose like 400 damage off of that Ultima. It is a brutal spell to try and build up and use properly for something that requires a lot of effort to get into. Already, you know, you have to do that whole tower to get the ultimate magic, and then it's useless unless you build the ultimate character to go along with it. And guess what? They don't tell you that's how it works. There's no little info that you find that's like, yeah, no, this is what you need to do to make Ultima stronger. And no other spell in the game works this way. Not one. That's interesting. They both had another floor that went up. But that one just would lead to a door, while this one looks like it keeps going up. Oh, what do you know? Mohawk hit max health. And while we're at it, let's go into Ethers and load Peanut Butter back up with some MP here. Yeah, that feels good, doesn't it? It looks like it's a passage you can pass through, but it's not. Like, I don't even know how much time you would need to pour into building out your character to hit the numbers with Ultima that we're hitting right now with just Flare 10. Like, more than you would get on an average playthrough, that's for sure. I find it weird that the flying rays are here. Like, everything else I kind of get, but the things from Leviathan's stomach? Those are in the palace of the Emperor, or the Imperial Palace? That just seems weird to me. Hellfire and Wind Flute. What is Hellfire? Has the same effect as fire. Oh, I really hope it has it does higher ranked damage than Fire 1. That'd be a terrible item to get, especially since, like, I don't think we've seen that anywhere until, like, today. Or, like, well, of course, didn't see it until today. Today was the only time we've been playing this playthrough. I mean, like, since, can you tell that, like, the 8.5 hours so far has been wearing on me? I know, we're almost there. We've got like 2 more dungeons after this one. And then we're done with the game. I expected you, Gizmo. This is so great coming from Cheebs. Yeah, I'm not entirely still 100% clear on why he joins the Emperor or the Imperial side. He's like, power! I want power. I'm like, okay. Super Demon Emperor, like Palamesia. Called the Wyvern to escape, and then Rickard's gonna sacrifice himself. Yeah, here it is. Rickard Highwind, last of the Dragoons. Which is really funny that a lot of people, like, who got into Final Fantasy later, usually with, like, the PlayStation era type stuff, associate the name Highwind with Cid. Like, oh no, Highwind, that's a Cid thing, right? No, Cid has it because he's the Dragoon in that game. Dragoons have the name Highwind. Cid only has it in 7 because he serves as essentially the Dragoon character for that game. He has the spear and... Yeah, the Dark Knight's here too. The Emperor has risen from hell. Somehow, Palamesia has returned. So let's see, so Minwu, Yosef, Rickard. Who else has died? Oh, right, Scott. And then they just leave. Yeah, thanks for letting us know where we need to go next. The Emperor sold his soul to the devil. I think he just turned himself into the devil. There's a small lake near Mysidia where people who go into it are dragged to hell. Wonderful legend your people in Kashuan have. Okay, so Rickard. Yes, I know. We're go all the way down. Turn the light. Keep going. Yeah, there. The one little weird spot that you never noticed before. So Rickard, or not Rickard, Cheebs here, who, I remind you, there are 2 dungeons left. There is getting through the Jade Passage that we just learned about, and beyond that, it's fighting through hell. That's it. We go all Doom with this one. So that's it. There's nothing else left in the game. There's no optional secret dungeons. There's no nothing. This is who they throw in your party at this point. At best, his axes are rank 8. He's got 1,000 health. He knows... I do not believe he knows any magic. He cannot even use magic. Stop trying to take away his God-given blood sword. I know it has supposedly terrible stats, but the reason for that is because it drains HP. Wait, did I accidentally equip something? No, she still has the black garb. Cheebs, I'm warning you. Now that you're back in the party since... I think he was last in the party at... what, 6:05 yesterday? I like how he's like, I need strength. We need to build up more strength. And like, we've all like, we're so far beyond him at this point in terms of levels and everything. Like, I don't think that worked out too well for you there, Cheebs. Moron. Yeah, as soon as you die, I am just taking your armor and everything off of you. Did the giant bathtub monster from Ghostbusters 2 just grab us? Jade Passage, if I recall, is kind of a short dungeon, though. It's... The Great Malboro. Well, heck yeah, she's doing like 2k damage on that thing. Yeah, I want to say... The Mega Parasite. But it's this door. You see, they're called salamanders because they like snow. Right? Yeah, it's not going to be the door that's right next to us. And the Abyss Worm! Another reoccurring monster that we see in the Final Fantasy series. Although I find it funny that this incarnation of the Abyss Worm is a giant purple worm. I feel like I've heard of a giant purple worm somewhere else before. Nope, that wasn't the door. What do you think, the corner room? See, the trick I keep reminding myself here is, and this is the weird thing, because there's all these theory crafting threads, like I mentioned earlier, about how people are trying to figure out how this spell works and that spell works and everything like that. The big thing here is also the leveling changed, because the original SNES version, you leveled your skills in one particular way. How you used them, like how many different times you use this and that and that and that. Then in the Dawn of Souls version, they changed how everything levels. And then in the PlayStation PSP version, they changed it too. Oh, hey, they did do Bad Breath. And then in the Pixel remaster, instead of being like following through with like, this is how, like, it worked in the original version of it, so that's what we're going to do when we're going to update it for the Pixel remaster. It's going to be an updated version of the original. Instead, they followed through with like trying to make a lot of things just as much as the originals versions of the game as they could. But, and here's where things are weird, the leveling system here is kind of a weird, borrows heavily from the PSP version, but there's a little bit of the Dawn of Souls version in there too, as I understand it. Which makes it a kind of this weird hodgepodge of leveling in... this game where you're not entirely sure how to level your skills properly. Like, I'm sure you've noticed, Gizmo's left hand, which is daggers, has been stuck at like most of the way through 9 for a while. Why? I don't know. I know they brought in the difficulty rank system from the PSP version, because you can check it out on the bestiary in the Pixel remaster and see what everything's difficulty rank is. In fact, I can show you that after this fight, because you can actually access the bestiary without leaving the game, which is a nice touch. Jeebs, do you think you're not even going to make it to hell? Or are you just going for the express route? So if you go down the configuration, we can open up the bestiary. And if you look, yeah. Monster rank 6. Monster rank 7. Like, I don't... Most of these are 7s or higher. I don't know if anything goes higher than 7. Like, some of these are from... You know, you have Death Rider. Death Rider's a 6. What does that mean? I mean, it means... something? Does it mean they give 6 XP when you get it, or... Because I can't get, like, any more details on this. Oh, what do you know? Jeeves is the only left-handed person that we've come across. Maybe that's why he became evil. So yeah, originally in a lot of the editions of the game, it was just use this X many times to level it up. But now that they introduced the difficulty rank thing from like the PSP version, but then they combined it with other things, I honestly don't know. Usually it's just you have to fight something with higher ranked monsters. Which, sure, yeah, we could totally fight higher rank monsters. So we'll probably gain a rank from this, because it's a boss monster, which probably has a higher rank than normal. Nope. No one gained a rank of anything. Maybe it means higher ranked monsters give a better chance of granting a skill point, but I don't know what those numbers would be. I mean, I've been trying to figure out for ages how the whole system works, and there, Cheeb's got his axes up to 9. Mohawk hasn't gotten his sword and dagger up, and that's been... There's a little dude behind the waterfall. Everyone else saw that, right? That's not just me being tired. There was a little man behind the waterfall. Oh, you sell flare. Wasn't that neat? No one else has, like, the magic skills right now to even start using it, but neat that it exists. I didn't even know you could buy more of it. Middle. Wrong. Closest. Wrong. You're doing a pretty good job hanging in there, Cheebs. Oh, never mind. I spoke way too soon. And by way too soon, I mean like 20 seconds. Jeez. Well. No. Uh-huh. Now that's how you do some axe damage. I just don't see the middle door being the one that we need to leave to the gates of hell with. So I'm gonna take my first stab here. Well, chests. That's something. I mean, it's just treasure. I was kind of hoping for a gate to hell. Should I feel bad that we're just kind of leaving Maria's brother in the dirt, dead? Wow, that lance that's really good against dragons really didn't do much damage against dragons. So it doesn't do bad breath. It's just the Great Malboro has an ability to essentially inflict all status ailments on a hit. There it is. Well, this has a big vacuous pit. Do we think this might be getting close to the hell? Rank 10 is kind of great though, because then you get like, oh yeah, this is Flare X. Like, I'm sorry, they have level 12 and 16 abilities. I just feel like I should be leveling up at some point. Like, real quick, magic. Look at this. Flare is barely leveling up past 10. Barely. Cure, on the other hand, seems to level up pretty freaking quick. So maybe it is a multi-target, single-target thing. I don't know. Like, I honestly could not tell you how it works. I could tell you how you want to use your... how to optimize using espers in 6. Like, I can pretty much tell you how every single leveling system in Final Fantasy works, except for this one. And worse yet, there was a version that I did understand. But that is not this version. Aha. We've done it. We've made it to hell. All right, now let's check it. Has it gone up at all? A little bit. Like, my God, how many times do you have to cast it? I like how the spear that is specially designed and specifically says it's effective against dragons does like sub 100 damage on dragons. The tooltip lies. I think that's what we've come to. It's the tooltip lies. Fair warning on this, though. Cover your eyes. This is very hard to look at first. You have to get used to it. This is the Castle of Hell. CGA-onium. It looks like it's entirely made in CGA graphics. If you know what CGA graphics are, you were as old as me, probably, if not older. Some nice music, though. And they got rid of the barbershop poles, I think. So Death Riders drain. Oh geez, Death Riders are mean. Holy cow. Why ambush? Yeah, also protect ring. Arm. Protect ring? Protect ring. Does not add to the boost defense without adding to your magic interference. Okay. Yeah, we've got to get rid of the Death Riders like ASAP. Die! We don't like you! Although you guys do give a lot of money. I don't know why, considering the fact that there is literally no way, I think, to get back to a point where we can spend money. Maybe it's for New Game Plus. I don't know. Gizmo's stamina is going up? His strength is at 99. His agility is at 99. They can't go any higher. What about his abilities? Like, none of his armor or equipment or anything like that is going up. Even if we're fighting, like, tough monsters or something. I guess his sword finally went to 10? Or was it already at 10? His axes are at 12, but they haven't grown an inch. We're in the final dungeon. I don't know how you're supposed to get him up to 16. Hi, guys. Oh! Ow! I'm Moth. I'm real. Holy crap! They literally just two-shot Mohawk to the grave. So Cura's our first level 11 spell. Because white magic is just better like that, apparently. I mean, on the plus side, we're still gaining, you know, HP at a regular pace. And, like, every time they do that, I gain more stamina, HP, and magic defense. At least every time they attack Peanut Butter. Alright, target the Death Riders first. Please. So let's try and map our way out of this place. There's that route to there. Okay, I think I see the way to get to the exit. Oh no! The curls do blaster! They can instant kill. It's this way, then this way. So this is again one of those things. It's like this probably actually was much harder when I did it without the map. Now, I don't know why Maria's just attacking manually. So essentially the way Blaster works in this one, I believe, if I recall correctly, is that it can paralyze you, and if you are paralyzed, when it hits you a second time, it kills you. At least I think I remember that's how it works. Which is just downright nightmarish to deal with. Yay! Now we have to go through the many doors of hell. Okay, this is not... A lot of these just go to like one, like have a mini boss and they go to one like specific chest. Really? See, yeah, he's paralyzed now, and if he gets blasted successfully again, he'll just die. I think they also have a very low chance of just killing you when they attack you. just trying to remember if you actually need to do all the mini bosses in order to unlock the next area or not. Hey, it's Tiamat. You know, from the first game. Well, that was easy. And we got the Genji helmet from it. Oh. On some of them, there's like weird, like little secret holes places. See, I find it weird that despite the fact that it says that the blood sword does less damage, it's actually doing more damage to a lot of these enemies than... like Ice Brand, which says it has like 110 damage or something. All right, let's see if we can find out which one actually takes us upstairs. So that's interesting. That has a teleporter. Oh, God. Does anyone want to take a stab at what curls are actually weak against? To maybe make this stand a little bit better of a chance? Well, it's not that. I don't know, let's try a Wind Flute on him. I don't know, I've never tried using an actual, like, abilities. I mean, fire does something, at least, somewhat. Maybe? I don't know. Doggies! Frickin' Mohawk is carrying this group, really. I don't know, let's see. Can I change my equipment out for... Holy Lance and a shield? I have no idea if that would be better. I mean, it does almost 1,000. That's something. I like how bombs are like the final form of those types of monsters, the bomb type monsters. You just look weird. And again, this is one of those situations where I'm pretty sure that the Blood Sword is going to work better. Yep, see? He's not necessarily always great to pull out and use on, like, regular trash. But dang! Does it help out? Yes. Give the spellcaster the ribbon, because she can fix us. And supposedly, if I got it right, screw you with your fire. What does warp even do with these guys? As long as I don't confuse, which I don't even know how they pulled that off. It seems weird that werewolves know how to confuse you. How much money do we have? 650,000. And ethers. Unleash all the ether! A double gulp of ether! That one worked out pretty well. So where does this take us? Because it should take us to the upper area from where we had the doors. Yes. Yes. Teleport. Okay, so this is just a single direction giant loopy loop thing, right? Okay. We can deal with that. We can loop-de-loop. We've loop-de-looped before. We'll loop-de-loop again. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Maybe roller coasters? But there are no roller coasters in this game, which, you know, is probably for the best, because Final Fantasy does not have a history of good times with roller coasters. I mean, really, I guess it's just, like, 7 that has roller coasters, right? It's... Flare leveled up! We got... And we got another ribbon. I want to say there's another staff weapon that you can get somewhere that, like, doubles the damage of your spells, but I don't know where that's at. Not that we really need it at this point. Yeah, okay, Gizmo, really? You want to use the... You do know he has no skill ranks in bows, right? His best options are a sword or a dagger or just fists, honestly, at this point. Yeah, because you're trying to just give him, like, the one thing that's, like, pure... Here. He can just punchy punch until we get to the final boss, and then we'll put his blood sword on. Yeah, not great, but, you know, it works. I always like what the bombs look like in this, because they always have their arms wide and they got these big grins on their face and they're like, "Give me a hug!" Like, I don't want to give you a hug. You'll explode. Like, oh, whoa. Like, yes, you will. That's why you're in therapy. We were ambushed by the Iron Giant? Well, if he's a boss... then I would like to switch back to Aegis Shield... Wait, why did I just have her attack? We don't want that. We want her to flare. See, it works really good on bosses. And there we go. See you in another movie, Vin Diesel. I will say, this is a step up from the Chaos Shrine. Items, change, remove, and remove. So, let's see here. We go up, not this way, we gotta go all the way up to the top here. We fight some ice lizards, I guess. Never mind. An acid file. Yay! Hey, Blue Dragon! We were talking about that earlier. You know, the map kind of spoils this one, doesn't it? I wonder where the exit is. Like, I'm utterly... I hate to keep harping back on the... Oh, hey, King Behemoth. Sup, dude? Like, the whole thing about the leveling thing, but I feel... like, considering most of our skills are, like, half of the max rank, and we're at the end of the game, like, something's wrong, right? Well, that was quick. King Behemoth ain't nothing. At this point, they haven't started chucking meteors at your head when they die. So, you know, I'll take it. You know, this might be very wrong of me to say, but Hell's kind of pretty. Like in an 80s album cover kind of way. Hello, Super Devil Kami Guru. Actually, first, let's haste you. And... well, shoot. Now we'll just flare. Wow. See, there you go. See, he knows Flare 16, which doesn't do... his magic stats must suck, because we're doing Flare 11, and we're dealing, like, way more than that. And now we just let it go, because... here, yep, there we go. He's dead. See, the Blood Sword plus haste combination, hard to top that. It just rips through him. You take super amounts of damage from the Blood Sword, which is why it's the most useful sword to have. It doesn't do a ton of damage in regular combat or anything, but it tears through bosses, and it triple tears through freaking Super Devil Emperor Kuru. He dies with his catchphrase, "Hoorah!" But we've defeated him in hell, but how will we defeat him in heaven? Again, you think I'm joking, but there's actually an entire... if you play the Dawn of Souls version, which came out on the Game Boy Advance back in the day, it contained an extra side story epilogue thing to Final Fantasy II, in which all the characters that died, Minwu, Scott, Yosef, and Rickard, all team up together in heaven to fight the heaven version of the Emperor, who's trying to take over heaven. It's absurd. And they did not include it in the Pixel remaster at all. I like how Paul's final words are a threat to you. He's like, you got rid of the Empire. Who am I supposed to steal from now? You better watch your backs. And then they tease that Firion and Maria kind of has a thing that's never been hinted at, like, Okay, the only time I was hinted at is they danced in the false ending. And I guess Gordon and Hilda adopt the girl. And Jeebs goes off to be Batman. Or no, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't Scott. It's Sid. That, because it's those four essentially that end up going and fighting the Emperor in heaven, which is just a weird thing to say. Oh man. You know, I was hoping that this game would be better when I played through it again. It's really not. All the plot holes are just there. And even the Pixel Remaster version, like, breaks the leveling system, so it's even more tedious than the Dawn of Souls version that we played 5 years ago. I can't believe that we've just... Oh, man. No, the plot still doesn't make sense. No, the storyline does have too many plot holes in it. It is ridiculous and annoying and frustrating, and it does kind of make me feel like I'm going insane at points. And the thing that kills me about it is that, honestly, like, a decent remake might be able to fix some of these problems. It's not unsalvageable. That's the worst for me. Like, I love stuff that's just so bad it's good, because it just, you know, does whatever and doesn't care and goes crazy with stuff. The problem I have is when it's a broken thing that with a little bit more care and attention could have been a decent to good thing. And that's this. Hands down. This could have been a pretty okay. I don't think it would have been any of the good Final Fantasies. I don't think it's going to make anyone's favorite list by any means. But I think with a little bit more work on the story and some of the other aspects of the game, they could have made something that was pretty good. And yeah, no, this ain't it, Chief. The revisiting this multiple times has not improved its station in my eyes. Not in the least. This was released in 1988. Oh, jeez. What were the sales numbers on this? This has been re-released so many times. According to Square, the original Famicom release sold 800,000 copies. As of March 2003, the game, including all the re-releases at the time, had shipped 1.28 million copies worldwide. Okay, so you're telling me in 15 years, with all of the re-releases, which, as far as I can tell, let's see, as of 2003, that would have been, I think, 4 re-releases at that point? Shipped an extra 400,000 copies. Apparently it's more well-liked in Japan, because out of those 1.2 million copies, about 1 million of those were shipped into Japan, and 200,000 of them was shipped abroad. So Japan likes about 5 times as much. And the funny part is, like, if you liked the leveling system in this one, that's fine. But go play the Saga games. It's this leveling system done better. And right. Like, the only thing I could really sit there and say about it is... I'm trying to come up with the words here, and I'm generally, reviews for the Pixel Remaster gave it a 7 out of 10. Seem to be, that's still generous in my opinion. That is still a bit generous. I might have given it a 6 or maybe a 5.5 out of 10 if I was giving it a numeric score. I'm not a big fan of numeric scores, but if I were, it's just... I give it credit for trying things different. There are some different things that work. I really wish the keyword system would come back. I think that's a great idea for something to play with in terms of you could add an entire kind of adventure game, like point and click adventure game style kind of element to the Final Fantasy series if you brought back the keywords. I mean, there's a whole puzzling system that you could build just around that. In this, it's just kind of like, give me plot give me where I need to go next. But think about it, you could honestly do some really interesting puzzles between ask, learn, and use. If you really like dove in, and of course they couldn't do that originally. I just don't think there would be enough room on an NES cartridge to really kind of robustly build it out. I don't think that's going to happen. But nowadays, if you were to take the same concept and play with it, you could build something really interesting with that idea. I was trying to see if there was any like numbers for what the sales for the Pixel Remaster are. Yeah, the leveling system called it chaotic, to say the least. The dialogue was better. IGN described the dialogue as being much more interesting than its predecessor. You know, I'd give it that. I'd agree with that. That's the dialogue, at least. The story, I wouldn't, but the dialogue, I would definitely say, was better written than Final Fantasy I's dialogue with the NPCs. Like, in general, there were characters. And they had personalities. Which is definitely an improvement over Final Fantasy I. Which, again, the NPCs there pretty much just existed to point you in different directions. And to give little tidbits of flavor about the world. But yeah. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? Jeez. This game has been re-released 15 times. If you ever hear people complain about, like, oh man, you just keep re-releasing Final Fantasy VII stuff over and over, just remember Final Fantasy II has been re-released 15 times. Jeez. But yeah, that's Final Fantasy 2 in one sitting. We did it.